Have you tried an ice bath or any sort of cold water therapy? So at the time of filming this, it is November, so it is starting to get a bit more chilly, and I'm talking to a lot of people about cold water therapy, ice baths, and how this can benefit your overall health. So I am a user of an ice bath, and I've just opened up mine again for the winter. I'm really excited to share with you some of the insights that it's given me, and also how you can start this safely and effectively to get really quick and easy benefits for your health. So my name is Dr. Jeremy Andrews. I'm a doctor of chiropractic here at West Chiropractic in Surrey, and we help people with chronic low back and knee pain prevent a lifetime of painkillers and surgery. So let me get into it, and we'll go through the technique and kind of the basics around ice baths. So it essentially involves you immersing yourself in cold water between 5 to 10 degrees for up to 5 to 15 minutes. So what this does is it triggers physiological responses that's going to change your body and give you a variety of benefits. It really depends on what your appetite is for the cold. So if you're someone with quite a lot of body fat, then you're going to be more comfortable with going into lower temperatures. But I'd always say when you're starting with any sort of cold water therapy, the first thing is to start splashing some cold water on your face in the mornings. So I do 5 cups of water in my hands, splash, 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 5 times. That's the first thing I do every single morning. You do that for a period of a week, so your body gets used to having that immersive shock of having cold water on your face. And you do that in the bathroom, do that in the kitchen tap. Second thing you want to do is when you're having a shower, the last 30 seconds of your shower, just turn the tap around to have it cold and just stand over it, get the cold water running across your body, going down your arms, your legs, make sure you got your back involved and get used to being comfortable or more comfortable being in the cold. And the third thing is moving onto an ice bath, and we'll get into that as we go through this video. So why are people doing this? Well, let's go through the physical benefits of ice baths. So they're really popular, and they were kind of coined by professional athletes and active individuals. They wanted to help themselves with recovery and soreness. So we know now that the ice bath reduces muscle inflammation, reduces muscle soreness. The cold water, it constricts your blood vessels, causing something called vasoconstriction, which reduces swelling and inflammation in your muscles and joints. And then when you step out of the bath, your body tends to warm up, causes the blood vessels to dilate. This is vasodilation. So the blood flushes in, removes all that waste like your lactic acid, any toxins that the muscle produces, and it quickens or speeds up your recovery. So the study suggests that it reduces something called DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness, which helps you to recover faster after intense workouts or physical activity. Second thing it did for athletes is it can improve recovery times between training sessions. So this allows for better performance and reduced fatigue. They can then get back into training harder and get better and improve faster. But what does it mean for me and you who are not professional athletes? Well, it helps with swelling, chronic pain, reduces tension, inflammation. So if you are suffering with arthritis, back issues, it can be very, very effective for those physical things. So myself, I'm not a professional athlete, but I do a lot of cycling, a lot of running, triathlons now and then. And what it does for me is if I get in an ice bath before training, I find that I'm more alert, I'm more present when I'm training, and I'm getting better performance. And if I'm doing it afterwards, I find that I'm not as stiff or as sore the next day. So it's very good at helping your muscles and your joints recover as well. And one of the things I've definitely noticed is the mental health benefits. So Wim Hof, he is the Iceman. He says that ice baths are not just for physical recovery, they also have significant mental health benefits. So he talks a lot about anxiety and depression. He's done a lot of studies around this as well. He's a crazy Dutch guy that's doing all the breathing in water. So essentially, how does it work for your mental health? The first thing is resilience. So putting yourself in freezing water or water below 10 degrees is a mental challenge. It's making you uncomfortable. So that initial shock and discomfort require you to control your breathing. The breathing control also helps to regulate your stress over a period of time. So this builds mental toughness, improves stress management, and also helps you remain calm in high pressure situations. This is what Wim Hof is saying. The way that it helps with stress and anxiety is that the science behind it is the cold exposure potentially stimulates the vagus nerve, which activates your parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest digest mode. So this helps to lower the stress hormones like cortisol, and that can potentially promote relaxation. So many people do report feeling a sense of calm and clarity in an ice bath, which can help combat anxiety and also help with your mood. So myself, I have suffered with anxiety in the past when starting the business, lots of stuff going on, lots of stress, lots of anxiety. And I've definitely found that after having an ice bath, you just feel more content and more able to control your emotions and much more clarity. I also get a huge surge of energy after I've had the ice bath. So very often if I'm on an afternoon or if I've had not much sleep the night before, getting an ice bath really just kick-starts that day, helps to really boost me up and just kick my energy into gear, which is amazing. So I feel really good after it. And then apparently there's some studies out there that it helps immune function. So it's cold exposure improves the production of white blood cells and anti-inflammatory cytokines, which apparently strengthens your immune system. Some studies suggest that ice baths may help reduce severity and frequency of like common colds and flus. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not somebody who gets ill very often, and I haven't necessarily had too many illnesses in the past. I can't confirm or deny that in terms of my personal experience, but there is a lot of anecdotal evidence suggesting that the cold therapy can improve the immune flow. There's a lot of studies out there. Circulation and metabolism. So cold exposure activates proteins that improve the mitochondrial function, that enhances energy production in cells, so you get that kind of energy buzz afterwards, and apparently even a calorie burn. So ice baths potentially stimulate brown fat, which is a type of fat that generates heat. This is going to boost your metabolism, helping your body to burn calories to maintain that core temperature. So when we are cold, your body shivers, starts to use up that brown fat, which is going to improve energy production as well. So very important, after you've had the ice bath, I used to jump in a warm shower. Don't jump in the warm shower. Let your body bring your body temperature back up naturally. That's going to improve more brown fat deposition, which helps to burn more calories, helps increase your metabolic production as well. So while they are great, we need to talk about some of the things you need to be aware of before going in. So approach with caution, obviously putting your body into cold therapy. There's something called a cold shock response. So the sudden immersion in cold water can cause hyperventilation, sometimes increase heart rate and blood pressure. So definitely if you're struggling with any kind of heart conditions, you need to talk to your GP before putting yourself in temperatures below 10 degrees. If you're in there for too long, obviously your body temperature is going to plummet, you're going to get hypothermia. So really stick to those sort of 5 to 10 minutes. I think that's the perfect sweet spot. 5 minutes to start with and then gradually increase it as you go through. And also it's not suitable for everyone. So people with cardiovascular conditions, Raynaud's disease or certain neurological disorders, you definitely speak to a GP before going into an ice bath. So hopefully you're up for trying an ice bath. So my top tips, really start slow. Begin short, do 2 to 3 minutes, anything from 15 to 20 degrees to make sure that you're comfortable with that temperature. At the moment, cold water temperature just naturally is about 11 degrees. So you might want to just go in for a minute just to make sure that you're comfortable with that. Second tip, focus on your breathing. Use deep controlled breaths to manage that initial kind of cold shock. That helps to calm your nervous system down and allow your body to adapt to the cold. Third thing, make sure you set a timer. Do one on your phone or have someone with you. I would always recommend having someone with you for the first few times and tell them when it is 1 minute or 2 minutes, whatever you decide you're going to go up with, and then warm it up gradually. So after your ice bath, warm up with a light movement or a warm drink. Avoid jumping into that hot water immediately because that can cause a reflex shock as well. So there we have it. Those are my top tips on how to start using ice bath and cold water therapy. The ice tub I use, I don't get any endorsements from this at all, but we use Lumi. Lumi is great. They've got special offers on at the moment where you can get a big size tub with a really good cover on it, which limits the amount of obviously rain and debris that can get into it, which makes it dirty, which means you don't have to change the water every single day. You can kind of wait a week, maybe even sometimes longer, and you're not gonna get that kind of green algae residue on the inside of the bath. So yeah, Lumi, L-U-M-I is a great place to start. And this is a great time of year to be starting doing it as well. You don't need a cold compressor to regulate the temperature. You just let it drop down gradually, and over the next few months, it's going to drop by a few degrees. So start now, it's going to be about 11, 12 degrees, which is a perfect place to start with a minute, and then you can gradually see this through. And then January, February is when it starts to get a bit tougher, but you're going to reap the rewards. So best of luck. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to our channel for the regular updates. And as always, you can grab copies of my best-selling books here, How to Transform Your Back and The Secret Cure to Back Pain, How to Avoid a Lifetime of Painkillers and Surgery. We'll see you next time.